happiest place on earth, Orlando, Florida, home to Disney, home to the stories that we've all come to love over the years. And unfortunately, that story has not been the Orlando Magic for a long time. It's been over a decade since they've advanced in the playoffs. This is a year where they went out, they got Desmond Bane, they have a really good team. We think on paper, unfortunately, doesn't mean anything. The record does. And as of right now, 1-4, the most disappointing team in basketball, in my opinion. My name's Chuck Walter. Kenny Morales joins me to talk Orlando Magic basketball. He's a specialist. He's a fan, covered sports on TV in Tampa Bay, big market guy. And he joins NBA After Dark today. 135-116 Pistons win it, man. You look at some of the stats, 45% from the floor, 38% from three for the Magic. They were able to shoot it. What was the issue? Why have they gotten off to this pretty bad start, man?
Yeah, it's crazy to think. We've seen since Jamal Mosley became the head coach of this team, the one calling card they've had for so many years now is defense, right? Like they've been so good defensively for a number of years. It was not uncommon to see this team hold an opposing team to less than 100 points. And for the first time this season, and it didn't happen once last season, they've given up 130 plus. Didn't happen at all last year, not one time, which is pretty crazy in today's NBA. You see scores in the 130s, 140s all the time. And I want to say, what is it now? 3 out of 4 games, they've given up 120. I want to say something around there, maybe 2 out of the 4.
They've given up 135, 136, and 111, 110.
Okay. Last year, I think they gave up like 5 games.
121 to the Heat in the win.
More. They've already done it twice this season.
Yeah.
So the defense is unrecognizable right now. And I don't think it's a roster thing because really the only guy you lost from last year defensively that made a difference was KCP. And look, I like Desmond Bane. He's not the same caliber defender as KCP, but I don't think it's that drastic of a drop off. I think the biggest difference is the Magic. They've instituted this crazy different pace offensively. Like last couple of years, they have been almost dead last or second to last in pace offensively, right? They just do not push the tempo whatsoever. But that was by design. They would milk the shot clock, and that would limit possessions for the opposing offense. But now they are pushing the pace, which I think they should to an extent. They've got the athletes for it. But that has created some issues for them communication-wise. It's led to some mismatches. It's led to some easy, fast break buckets. And, I mean, Paolo Banchero alluded to it after their loss to the Sixers. It just felt like they're on their heels a lot. And I think that's kind of been the biggest issue. So I know a lot of Magic fans are like, is it time to maybe have the conversation about moving on from Jamal Mosley? I'm not ready to have that combo yet. I like him a lot. He's a great player coach. He's a great motivator. But he has been known since he's gotten to Orlando not to be that creative offensively. And now, like early on, the excuses were, they don't really have a ton of players to work with offensively. Well, now that excuse is gone, man. You got Paolo, you got Franz, you got Desmond Bane, you got Jalen Suggs. There should be a way to make this work while also still having a good defense. And it just has not worked so far 5 games into the season.
No, and they've had a decently tough schedule in terms of teams that are actually winning games, right? Like Sixers and Bulls.
Yeah,
they're 2 of the best in basketball record-wise. But you look at them as like, are they? It's too early to know. But it's like, are they?
I'm not going to go there yet. Like, I still think I look back at, I try to be the voice of reason for Magic fans when I hop on the spaces. Look at the Pacers last year, right? They were 10-15 in like mid-December, right? It took them a while to kind of get things going. They're adjusting to the new pace offensively. They're implementing some new guys in the rotation. Desmond Bane, not Chase Richardson. He hasn't played yet. Oh, they did play tonight in some garbage minutes. Tyus Jones, Noah Penda, who's randomly gotten minutes for them as their second-round pick rookie over Jonathan Isaac, who for whatever reason has just completely fallen out of the rotation. I don't know why. He did play tonight, but like maybe 5-6 minutes. So yeah, it seems like it's a lot of tinkering right now for Jamal Mosley in terms of adjusting to that new pace and figuring out lineup wise what works and what doesn't. But at some point, I'm like, when do you decide like, okay, we gotta change something here with this pace because it's just too much.
I've mentioned some of the teams that they lost to. I mean, you beat the Miami Heat, who've gotten off to a decent start. Atlanta Hawks, you lost to. Chicago Bulls, 76ers. We mentioned they're undefeated. And then the Detroit Pistons as well, who, I mean, you look at them now, they are 3-1 on the season. 3-2 on the season.
Yeah.
And they're a team that when you look at the Pistons as a whole, they're similar in the regard that you don't believe they have a ton of shooters on their team. Some of their main facilitators and playmakers, Cade Cunningham, Asar Thompson, sure, maybe mid-range for Cade, but the deep ball, 1 of 7, Asar Thompson, 1 of 3. You do have Tobias Harris, Duncan Robinson, and then a few guys off the bench that can knock down some jumpers. But for the most part, it's ugly, old school, scrappy basketball that they'll muck it up with you and beat you in that way. What was your takeaway from the Pistons being on enemy lines tonight and kind of breaking down what they look like thus far?
My biggest takeaway that Cade Cunningham is a star, and I don't think that's a huge takeaway. He's been a star. Obviously, he had his breakout season last year, was third-team All-NBA, was an All-Star. He's going to be an All-Star again. He's going to be All-NBA probably again. That dude, he ate us alive towards, I'd say, especially in the second half. Then the other one, you talk about mucking it up. We didn't have any answers for Jalen Duren. Jalen Duren did whatever he wanted down low. What did he finish with? 21 and 12, 11 of 12 from the free throw line. Like, that was the big thing. It was like, well, they got to the line a ton. And the Magic, yeah, they do foul a little bit here and there just because they are aggressive defensively. But, man, credit to the Pistons. They shot 30 of 34 at the free throw line, 88%. That's another issue for the Magic this season. Free throw shooting. They have been atrocious. I think this is their third game now out of 4 where they've missed double-digit free throws. So tonight, for example, 28 of 40 for the Magic at the free throw line, 70%. A little better than their other 2 outings where they shot like 60-something. But I hate to say it, like, I'm looking at the stat line right now. Paolo Banchero, I got to call you out, my guy. I love you. But 10 of 17 at the line is not going to cut it. Like, I mean, I know that's a huge part of his game. It's kind of like Giannis. Like, you know he's going to get to the line. He's going to get free throws, but you can't go 10 to 17, especially, like, it's crazy. Literally 2 nights ago against the Sixers, he was 11 of 11, didn't miss. And I'm like, well, it's just too inconsistent. And he's never been a great free throw shooter. I don't expect him to ever become a great free throw shooter, but 10 of 17 is just not acceptable. You're not going to win many games shooting like that.
There's so much good to his game, but it's hard to find a player who's been extremely dominant and kind of one of the go-tos in the NBA over the years that hasn't had somewhat of a jump shot, whether it be, free throws or unless you're talking Shaq or Yao or some of those bigs.
Yeah,
but Giannis,
guys.
I mean, Paolo, he's someone that really has to knock down the even like the 12, 13 footer a little more consistently, just give you some form of a jump shooting presence. But hey, man, 24 and 11 and 7. You can get it done anyway in the NBA. You know?
No, absolutely. I love this is the version of Paolo that I love because he is so versatile offensively. Obviously, he can be a scoring machine when he wants to be. Granted, it can be inefficient at times, but he is a good facilitator. Like, he had a lot of great passes in this game. He attracts a lot of defenders, obviously, being so big and getting to the basket whenever he wants. And when he wants, he can attack the glass as well. So I just, like you said, if he could just develop the jumper a little bit, and I'm not asking you to come out there and beat Kevin Durant or Jason Tatum, but if you can develop it and be at least a league average jump shooter and a league average 3-point shooter, then the sky's the limit for this kid.